Hey guys, so today I'm gonna share with you guys the story about how Max and I met. If you're not into like really cheesy shit, then honestly don't watch this because this gets really cheesy. A lot of mozzarella up in this bitch. So if you're not ready for all that mush, I suggest maybe watching one of our other videos. No, well, all our videos are kind of a bit mushy, but so I hope you enjoy the story. Around the time that Max and I began our love affair, I was actually not looking for a serious relationship. In fact, I had just gotten over one. I broke up with my then on and off boyfriend of 3 years that summer of 2017, and then I met Max on New Year's 2017. Life was good, like I was single, and it was truly the first time ever that I really took time to love myself and learned how homosexual I truly was after years of repressed feelings and emotions. This period of time I think really contributed to my emotional maturity. Well, this plus having to run away from my home country and then dealing with a toxic relationship for 3 whole years. But in jest, I really don't regret any of it. Before this period of time, I really saw being single as like being a failure almost. Like if I were single, it felt like I was unloved or undeserving of love, and I constantly craved that feeling of being with someone as validation that I in fact am deserving of love after all. I had no contact with my family at that period of time, so that might have been why I felt like I really needed to have that sense of stability and belonging. So it was November 2017 and I was on 4 major dating apps: Grindr, Tinder, Hornet, and Jack'd. I like to put my apples in a variety of baskets and source them from different types of gardens. Max took the first initiative of messaging me on Jack'd. I thought he was hot and completely my type from his profile photo, so I responded. I remember the photo that he had on his Jack'd account, which completely caught my eye, and I thought that he was really hot and completely my type. Initially, I thought he was like the really douchey jock type who's like wham bam thank you ma'am, which could be really hot and fun as well. At this period of time, honestly, like I was open to having fun and new experiences. I was just enjoying being single, you know? So I was down for pretty much anything for as long as I was comfortable and having fun. Into the rabbit hole of flirting I went. Our initial conversation was really cute. Max liked using a lot of line stickers and have apparently spent hundreds of dollars on line stickers for when he lived in Japan and Korea. And I was honestly quite drawn to how contrasty his personality was from like his douchey jock photos and like his cute line stickers that he would send me all the time, and made me all the more intrigued to meet this guy. Anyway, and then came New Year's, the day of the meetup. Prior to meeting up, Max had tried to convince me to let him stay over at my place for a couple of days, and I politely declined. While I was open to the idea of hooking up on a first date, I was not about to agree to hosting a complete stranger that I've only spoken to online for 3-4 days. Like, what if he smells bad? Or what if he actually is really douchey and I only want to see him like for a couple of hours? Or worst of all, what if he's catfishing me? You never know with these things. So I didn't want to agree to anything solid at the time. I ended up low-key ignoring him for a couple of hours and ended up hanging out with my roommate instead, because honestly, I was a bit sketched out by his request. Like, I've never met you and you just want to stay over at my place. I don't know. We went to watch Downsizing starring Matt Damon, and as we arrived to the movie theater, Max started blowing up my phone with how are you? Where are you? What's up? I'm in the city. Can we hang out? So I gave in and I told him that he could come meet us at Regal Union Square. And so he did. I remember him vividly walking down the movie theater aisle wearing a blue dress shirt and a long coat, looking as dapper and thick as ever, and I was immediately attracted to him. Now, I had not planned on meeting anyone anymore that very day, so I was wearing a red hoodie and black sweatpants. He then said hi to me and my roommate and then sat down right next to me, and then we proceeded to watch the movie. Now, if you've ever been to the movies on a first date, you would know how bad of an idea it is. It is the most uncomfortable thing because you're sitting next to this person and you can kind of just like feel the aura. It's hard for you to concentrate on the movie because all you're thinking about is the person you're sitting next to. So it was getting a bit uncomfortable for me because I felt, I don't know, like this weird tension, and I had a difficult time deciphering the movie. So to this day, I still don't remember what happens in that movie, Downsizing, or if it's good or not. So around the 3rd act was when I decided that I was gonna make the first move. So I reached out and I grabbed his hand. Well, not grabbed. Grab sounds very aggressive. I felt like held. I just held his hand. Brutus, you crying? Prior to this, however, we've been kind of like awkwardly bumping our knees, like shuffling it together, sometimes giving the other a bit more pressure and then sometimes just a light graze. So I took this foreplay as a sign that he truly was interested in me, and my intuition was right, or intuition was right, because he grabbed my hand back quite tightly. After the movie ended, Max suggested that we all go grab dinner in K-Town, and my roommate politely declined because he knew that I wanted that D and he was gonna leave me alone to have it. So off to 32nd Street we went. We ended up bonding over KFC, or Korean fried chicken if you've never had it. Immediately I was really attracted to his personality and how unpretentious and humble he was. So what I always look for in a guy is someone that doesn't feel the need that they have to constantly prove themselves, and Max was exactly that guy. So in my head the whole time during dinner I was like, wow, I really like this guy. He convinced me to go out to the bar that night. We ended up going to a Rise bar to watch the ball drop, and me being the dork that I am decided to say yes even though I was wearing a red hoodie and sweatpants. And thankfully though, the bar was really crowded, so at least no one saw the bottom half of me and only saw the red hoodie, so that could be kind of like cool streetwear vibes. And then we started dancing and it was really fun, and I was getting a little tipsy, and then as it was getting closer to the countdown, Max whispered in my ear in his French-Canadian accent, "Will you be my first kiss of 2018?" And then I said, "Fuck yes," and then we kissed.
Let's do it. So first up, I shall attempt e-girl makeup, which is overall characterized by this kind of
I get some comments saying that I look like that kid from Ju-On, and I can actually make that noise real. I'm sorry. And I can actually make that noise really well. Sorry, I have to swallow my hot dog. After the bar, I ended up inviting him to stay over at my place, and because I decided that he wasn't a creep anymore, and then I knew that I wasn't being catfished because obviously he's the person that he is on his social media. And then after that night, he actually ended up staying with me for 2 weeks and not leaving. At the time, he had a job where he was able to like work remotely from anywhere, so it was easy for him to just stay in New York for like weeks at a time, so that was really fun. I still look back at those moments and I'm just like, wow, like we really had it so easy back then. I mean, we have it easy now, but we did have a period of time where it was just really difficult. But yeah, back then, everything was really easy. So after that first initial 2 weeks, when he was about to go back to Montreal, it was the last night that he was in the city, and he asked me to be his boyfriend, and then I said, yeah. So then we were boyfriends, and life was good for a while. No, I'm kidding. Now, Max was still living in Montreal at the time, so he would have to like make the commute of that 6-hour drive every so often to come see me. And then at some point, my roommate actually kicked me out of my apartment because Max was staying too often at our place. So then I ended up moving out. And then I remember this was like that one moment where I realized that I actually loved this guy. Was I had already found an apartment, and he had not planned on actually coming to New York, but he decided that he was gonna drive down in the snowstorm, rented a truck, and help me move into my Brooklyn apartment. And I thought that was really, really sweet. And then I was like, yeah, I really wanna spend a long time with this guy, and I ended up marrying him. Gestures like that when you start dating is so important because I think it sets the tone for the rest of the relationship. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the story about how we met. I hope you enjoyed it. I also want to say, guys, like, getting to that point of being that comfortable with someone that you decide that you want to marry that person, you have to kiss a lot of frogs. It's not like I just met Max and then everything kind of fell into place, because I had to kiss so many frogs, right, Brutus? How many frogs did I kiss? A lot, a ton, before I actually meet my frog prince. No. Before I meet my prince. I had to kiss a lot of frogs before I meet my prince. Frog prince? No, prince, right? Yeah, so I kissed so many frogs from all different types of races, from all different types of background, because I wanted to try everything. I wanted to see what the best frog is. Does this frog analogy make sense? Like, anyway, I'm gonna sign off right now because it's getting really dark and I have to edit this video and get it uploaded by tomorrow. Brutus, say bye. Say bye, Brutus. Bye, Brutus.